Welcome back everybody to Crafting with Chord Chapter 15. This is Chord, and first of all I just want to explain why there's an episode up. So I thought that there was going to be a hiatus. I left my apartment and went to go visit some family, and then it turns out that it's not going to happen for at least a couple weeks. So kind of out of my control. That got rescheduled. So for now, I'm going to be back. So I'm going to keep putting out episodes for right now. Uh, Today, though, I want to work on some things around this base. I've been focusing on the end, so a few things here are not kind of going the way that I want them. So I'm going to work on those first, and then we can start working on the end maybe later on in this episode. This is, what day is today? Tuesday. So I think I've heard rumors that 1.6 will come out Thursday, so maybe we could do the Iron Golem farms as like the last bit. Since there isn't really a lot to show except for the Iron Golem farms like working, um, it's not really something I want to build on camera because everyone has built those on camera. So maybe that would be a good like last little bit. So anyway, yeah, we'll see about that. So this is the tree farm. No trees, obviously, and it was 8 blocks tall, so that spruce, birch, and oak would grow here. I don't want to grow spruce here anymore. There's just no reason to, and I have a lot of spruce stored up. So maybe some point in the future I'll want more spruce, but I already have like almost a double chest full. So there's just not really use for them. So when it's this high, when I was growing oak trees down at this height, they would they would get, I should say, they would get branches, and it would just make it harder to clear out the whole farm easily. So I need to, if I make the room 1 shorter, that should solve that issue. I think it'll keep branches from growing on oak trees. I might be wrong about that, but it at least will be less likely that there'll be any branches in the oak trees. So I could either lower the ceiling by 1, which would get rid of this weirdness up here. And actually, wonder. Oh no, you can't do corners if you don't have. I was thinking I could put a put a corner there, but that wouldn't really work. But that might look better actually. I don't know, because that's kind of weird over there. Anyway, I could either lower the ceiling by 1, which would be okay, or I could raise the floor by 1. And so the deciding factor in that is that down below here, right below the tree farm, is a long hallway that I have that goes down to the zombie and spider farms. I don't know if I've shown you that. It's not too exciting. There's this diagonal path down here, and then you hit this corner and come over here, and there's a slime somewhere. I don't know. But there's a zombie farm right over, or a zombie spawner right there, and a spider spawner right over there. And they just all congregate right there. So, and then I have a little enchanting set up here with some books, and I used to have an anvil, but I took it when I needed an anvil somewhere else, since I don't use this very often. I don't really like this hallway at all. There's this like straight part, then there's a corner, and then it's straight for a little bit, then it's diagonal. I really wish it was just like one straight diagonal path. That would look a lot better, I think. And then also, I had to have this hallway drop down by 1, because right above this is the tree farm. So if I didn't want dirt. Where is that? I didn't want dirt in the ceiling, so I had to lower it by 1 so that I could have a separate ceiling for this hallway from the floor on the tree farm. So it has this like weird thing here with the pattern, and that's kind of weird, and this isn't so weird, but I would prefer if all of this was just flat. So if I raise the floor up by 1, then I can raise this whole hallway up by 1 as I turn it to face the correct direction. I still want it right in the middle of the path, I think, since actually, do I still want it in the middle of the path? I mean, I could switch the bedrooms right over here. I don't know which would be closer. I mean, I could put since I never use that hallway and I go to bed quite a bit, since I die a lot, that's 317 deaths, I could replace it over here. I'm not really sure to think about that as I work on the tree farm. But in any case, yeah, I'm going to raise the floor of the tree farm up by 1. Then rip out this hallway, all this hallway, and then at that point I'll decide if I want to switch the bedroom and the hallway or not. I don't know. I like the bedroom being on the far side, but it is actually kind of inconvenient. So I have to think about that a little bit more. So I'm gonna get started up on the tree farm, and I'll show you my progress in a second. So I just raised the floor 1 block. I think I also moved the chests over 1. Well, like they were a floor lower, or a block lower, so I had to raise them up anyway, but I think I moved them over 1. I don't remember how it was, but I like this better. Instead of having 2 chests that are both oak and birch, I just have a birch chest and a oak chest. The more that I look at this room, the more I want to lower the ceiling as well, but I don't want to have just an oak farm. Like, that doesn't seem that useful to me. I guess I can look, I have quite a bit of wood stored up, but only having oak as a easily renewable wood source is, I guess I don't have as much spruce as I thought, but only having oak as an option for easily replenishing, I don't know about that. I can always just plant it outside and harvest it, but that kind of defeats the point. Like, what's the point of having an indoor tree farm if I just go outside to plant and harvest? But I don't like that little step up, and I also don't like how it's uneven. Like, there's 1 block below down there, and then there's 2 up there. I could move, maybe I'll do that real quick, switch on just the back wall, switch the stripe with the line above it. Maybe that'll make it look a little bit better. Let me try that. Okay, so I swapped those, and I think I like I don't know if I actually like the back wall. It's better than the other walls, but actually I don't even know if it's better or not. I'm trying to hide this wall on my right from my view. I don't know. Like, it is, I guess, symmetric. Is that the right? I guess that is the right word, but I don't know if I even like that. The rim seems so high when everywhere else in my base I have it along the second highest. As I was doing this, which it only took like a minute, I can probably do it right here while I'm talking. I kind of decided I don't want to lower the ceiling because that would make it too much of a one-use farm. Like, I want to be able to get birch as well as oak here, so I'm not going to lower the ceiling, at least for now. Maybe in the future I'll have a whole bunch of birch stored up, but not for the time being. Maybe I'll just I'll only mine birch for the next couple weeks, and then maybe I'll have enough that I feel like I can lower the ceiling and not have it be oops, I should plant that and not have it be a problem. I thought I had a third. Maybe that was only somewhere else I had a third frame, but that makes sense now that I only have those 2 framed. Let's plant this. It should require, I think, 56. Oops. 56 trees. So I'm gonna plant this, and then I'm gonna head downstairs to the hallway. Whoops. I don't plant there. Head downstairs to the hallway leading to the 2 spawners, and I'll start work down there. So here I am. I've cleared out the whole hallway, the old hallway, and so it's just these pumpkins. I don't want mobs to spawn, so I just left the pumpkins. And I've started the new tunnel. I think this that's the slime. I think this dirt path will be the new tunnel. Yeah, so it should be pretty straight diagonal. Oh my gosh, I really hate this. I really should have dug it out more than just like 1 wide here, because this is really annoying. It comes out right over here, and if I keep it going to right, where is it, right here, then I could have a staircase down, or if I don't want to like mess up this room, like remake this room, just have a staircase down, which I don't have any staircases, but staircase down right here, and that should look pretty good. And move the enchanting table, which was right over here. I just used my silk touch axe and picked it up, moved it in there, and just move it over here, and there should be room. The zombie trap, I actually noticed I built it wrong. I don't know how I can really show you very easily. Get up there, okay. So I don't know if you can see in there at all, but there's only 1 block of space above the spawner. There should be 2 blocks of space, because mobs can spawn with their feet at the level above the spawner. So that ceiling height effectively makes the spawner 1/3 less useful, because it only can do it only can spawn guys on the level of the spawner and this level below the spawner, and not the level above. So I should really fix that. I don't think I made that. Well, I can't really make that same mistake on spiders, since spiders are only 1 tall. So I might fix that. Oops, I hate that sprint bug. I might fix this, I'm not sure, since I never use it. There's that reason to not fix it, but then there's the whole, I don't want to have messed up inventions, or messed up things in my world, so that's a good reason to fix it as well. What I could do, I don't really want to, let me break this really quick. Come on, come on. Oh, I have an axe, don't I? I could move this tunnel, or this drop, and this drop over, because the only place in this room to trigger that spawner is like these few blocks, like this corner. So if I moved it over a little bit, I think I could trigger, I like have more of the room trigger it. I'm not sure, I need to check on that spawner too. Actually, I don't know, I'll think about that as I work on this room, but yeah, I'm gonna dig out this, whoops, I'm gonna dig out this, come on, I'm gonna dig out this room here, or this hallway, and show you what that looks like. So give me a moment, and I'll have it done. So here's the new tunnel. Down there is the main square of the base. I'll show you that in a second. Over here is the new enchanting and I don't know what you call this room. The new room, I guess. So I raised this room up by 1. The old floor is 1 below here. Whoops. Come on. There we go. I didn't want to raise these up because I would have to mess with the water elevators and how far they drop. So it's just a lot easier to have them come here. Most of the time I just kill them with splash potions anyway, and I could move this. Where's my axe? There we go. If I wanted to, I don't know if I'll keep it like this. Just put my fence there so I can attack at eye level. Actually, that works fine. The spider trap, I don't know if I've ever shown you this before, But I don't know, it doesn't really work. Sometimes they're one-hit kills, but sometimes they have like a bunch of health. So I don't know, like, now I'm just lagging, I think. Yeah, I don't know. But sometimes they have like one hit, and sometimes they have a bunch of hits. Sometimes they get stuck. Whoops, I don't want to die. Sometimes they get stuck up at the top, and then they just back up. Once one of them gets stuck, they all just back up in the water stream at the top. So that doesn't really work. I tried using damage potions and killing them, but some of them like wouldn't take any damage from the fall somehow. I don't know. I tried putting fences like 3 high so that they couldn't climb out, which it works so they can't climb out, but they still don't take damage when they fall sometimes. I don't know, like, the first one that falls is one hit always, but then the second one that falls has more health, so I don't know how that all works. Yeah, so I don't really use this much anymore. I would just use this one over here for the experience, and maybe just kill these guys just with my fists as I wait for these guys to build up. Yeah, my enchanting table, chest of books, and ender chest. So here is the tunnel. I want to make it thinner. It's too wide right now. I made it made it 3 wide, like on the spaces that have the middle block, and I made it 4 wide on the spots that don't have it. So let me break these two. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whoops, that was not supposed to break. 1, 2, 3, and then it's 4 wide here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I think I want to do is keep it 3 wide on these lines, but make it 2 wide on the other lines instead of 4 wide. So like, where is it? This one. So it'd be like this wide, which is still wide enough for you to walk comfortably. But that means I need to rip out these walls, replace it with cobblestone, and rip out the ceiling and the floor along the sides too, and then replace the walls. Also, I was thinking about, moving it over one, so instead of ripping out both walls, I would just rip out one of the walls. I wasn't really sure which one though. Like I could move this over one here, or I could move it out one more. I don't know which one I really like better. I'm gonna have to think about that a bit. I've been trying to think of a pattern for the pumpkins. I was gonna put a pumpkin like every 5 or whatever blocks, but it's 42 long. And 42 is, what is it, 7 times 6? 7 times 6, because 8 times 6 is 48, yeah. 7 times 6, and if I put it like 5 blocks in between them, there'll be a spot that's too dark in the middle. Maybe I could put one in the ceiling too. Yeah, so I can't do 6 every 6 because it'd be too dark. If I did it every 3, that'd be very frequent. I guess I could do that, but that would be really, really often, I think. And I don't... Lots of this place is just like one constant light level. I don't know if you've noticed recently, stuff I've built has been kind of darker, or not just constant bright. Like everything out here is pretty much almost max light level constantly. But then I have rooms. Hey, get out of here! Rooms like this that are not max light level, and maybe I don't know if guys can spawn on stairs. I never checked that out. Maybe they can. Yeah. But I have rooms like that, which are darker, a little bit darker at least. And I have rooms like my enchanting room down there is a little bit darker. I would like it for this to at least have some shadows, not just be constant like max brightness. Just so there's some variation. But if I do every 3, that's way too bright. And if I do every 6, I'm going to have to do stuff in the ceiling. I'll see what that looks like. But I think I want to move it out one. So like, where is this? Right here. So the new center will be right here. And I won't have to mess with this wall at all. But I'm going to have to rip out this wall and like one extra block, I think. I don't know exactly how it's going to look. Let's see. And then it'll just be one, so this will no longer be visible. And then this will be the, where this dirt is going to be the, wait, is it going to be, yeah, it's going to be the new, right next to the wall, so the wall is going to be right along this side of the, dirt. Yeah, that's right. So, I'm going to work on that now. Actually, I don't know. This, whoa, that's not lag a bit. This grass takes so long to grow. I don't know if I want to just rip it all out and then have to wait for the grass to regrow, or if I can, maybe I'll just replace this line with dirt, and then just wait for the grass to grow, and then rip out the ground. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so I'll show you my progress in a few moments. Okay, I messed up the math there for this. It is 42 across, but since I want it to start and end with a pumpkin, I actually want something that's divisible by 41, and there's 41's prime, so there's no pattern that I can do that's going to work here. Maybe I could do some weird pattern, I don't know, like 3 and then 4 and then 3. I don't know, I'm gonna have to mess with the numbers a little bit. Get back to you. I did finish this path, but then when I put in the pumpkins, I realized my error when I got down here, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I had to put one on the 5th spot instead of the 6th spot. And then I was like, okay, well I must have miscounted somewhere along the lines, and then I counted back on down, and then about partway down I realized my mistake. So I'm gonna actually just take that out and just start messing with the numbers and see if I can come up with a good pattern while this grass spreads, like that piece of grass right there. Okay, I'll catch back up with you. Okay, so I think I finished up this tunnel, although it looks dark right here. Does anyone else see that shadow? Or is it every... I don't know. So I just... Whoops, I don't want to break this. I brought a couple grass blocks over that I'd silk touched earlier. So I just brought them over and placed one there, and one there, and just cleared out all the extra dirt. So it'll spread eventually. I don't need any extra dirt though, so that's... Did I just see spiders getting hurt by something? I don't know. So, yeah, this is what it looks like. I've thinned out the tunnel a little bit, and it's pretty good. It's about the same width as the normal tunnels over here. Let me show you to compare. Oh, I figured out a pattern for these. Yeah, so it's like this wide here, and it's this wide here. So it's about the same, except that the walls have these corners on them, but that's fine. So I figured out a pattern. It was like 42 long. Excuse me. So it's 42 long, and I wanted a, what's it called, a pumpkin on the start and the end. So I needed to have a pattern of 41 long. So it's 5. It alternates between 5 and 4. So it's 5 and then 4 and then 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, good. I thought I miscounted there. Yeah, so the 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yep, works out. And it ends with jack-o'-lantern, so that's perfect. And I like that there's a pattern, not just randomly placed. I think this looks pretty good, so I'm really happy with the changes we've made. Another change that I made, I might have kind of shown it earlier. I don't remember exactly what I was recording and what I wasn't. That obviously took a lot of time, so I've kind of forgotten what I recorded earlier. But another thing I did, I added a second row of chests here so that I can store more books. I was running out of room, especially over here. Like, which one is it? I think it was this one. Yeah, I have just a ton of projectile protection that I'm never going to use. So I've kind of spread it out. So there's just a lot more room. And then these over here, just like these 3 are empty, and I'm evidently lagging. I have like 3 books, yeah, 4 books there, 3 books there, and 6 books there. I just have an amazing amount of those books because I go through them so frequently. Over here, I have, oh yeah, knockback too. I don't know why that's so likely, but I just get tons and tons, and I'm never gonna use them because I don't want that on a sword. Like, I mean, I could put it on a sword, like an iron sword, I guess, because I don't want it on a diamond sword. A diamond sword, I want to be able to like keep using over and over again, and I'm never gonna want a sword that knocks back. Like, I'd rather have sharpness and or sharpness or smite or bane of arthropods, depending on what the point of the sword is. Yeah, I would never want knockback on there. Like, it would be fine if I like enchanted a sword over here and I got it, but I would never like purposely want to put it on there. So that's kind of weird that I have so many of those. Yeah. So I added that second row because I was AFKing quite a bit. Like, while I was gone, I was just AFK in the XP farm. I don't know where I'm trying to point. I keep on trying to like point. Whoops, that was unexpected. I keep on trying to like point at the AFK farm, and it's nowhere close to here. So yeah, I was trying to while I was gone, I was AFKing at the farm. Either here at the XP farm. I had my laptop, so I could log into Minecraft and move myself around. But I would either AFK here at the XP farm, and I got a whole bunch of books. I also got a whole bunch of gunpowder, which has given me a whole bunch of TNT, which I don't think we'll use today. But probably next episode we're gonna spend a lot of that TNT. Yeah, we almost have another, or like 2/3 or 3/4, 2/3 of the way to another stack of TNT, so that's good. I had to replace my shovel, or get in. I'm holding it. I had to use a new diamond shovel, or like refresh, I guess I should say, the diamond shovel because it was almost out because I got so much sand. Each stack of TNT takes 4 stacks of sand, and then I have all this sand as well. I also made a whole bunch of glass that's at the end already. Yeah, I couldn't really do much except like AFK or mine sand because my laptop isn't great. But now that I'm back in my apartment, I've made a lot of use of the stuff that I've been AFK farming. So I think next, next I think we're gonna go to the end. I don't know. We'll see where I jump after this. Give me a second. So here I am in the end where I left you guys last time, and the villagers have been breeding, but they've stopped breeding, and I'm not quite sure why. I do have one pretty good idea, and one idea that I hope is not right. The idea that I hope is not the case is that those villagers over there are somehow affecting these villagers. There's no doors over there, so I know there's not a village. That was the problem last time. I fixed that. So hopefully those villagers aren't stopping these villagers from breeding. The other idea that I have is that, let me jump over here. Ooh, I barely made that jump. 1 second. The other idea that I have is involves water. This line of water right here that's in the villager distribution system for where they dropped in the cells. That water is in the first transparent line up to the sky. So I think that maybe the doors are seeing that line up to the sky and seeing the water in there and thinking, okay, well, since there's water, it's not actually transparent, so we can't see the sky, so it's not a village anymore. That might be my guess, but theoretically it should just check the next row over and see that there's a totally transparent line, like right where I'm standing, of just glass, and it should see that line and say, okay, this is a village. Problem is, I don't know when these guys stopped breeding. I'm gonna check the footage from last episode and see if they stopped breeding in the middle of the episode, or like right at the end of the episode, I should say, or if they stopped breeding after. That's If they stopped breeding after, then that water didn't affect it, and it must be those villagers, I guess, or maybe some other reason that I haven't thought of. But I really hope it's that, because I have a solution for that. I'll just extend out a roof right here that makes it see the first transparent line after that water as the first transparent line to the sky, and hopefully that water won't affect it anymore. So I'm gonna try fixing this a little bit and see how that goes. So I figured out how to get these guys to breed. First, let me get rid of these guys. I extended the roof a little bit, but didn't move the doors over at all, so the doors were like right over about where I'm standing. And they weren't breeding at all, so before I wanted to, oh, that's not good, lagging, okay. Before I would start doing stuff with those villagers, I wanted to just keep trying stuff over here, so I finally just moved the doors over a little bit, and for some reason, moving the doors from like right here over to here worked, and now they're breeding again. Oops. So you can see the babies in there. Yeah, so they're breeding okay, but there's one issue which I'll show you right now. So here's the issue. As the villagers come up here, somehow they are able to just go directly over every single hole in the ground. So, yeah, whoa. Oh, I just about looked at them all twice. Maybe I did look. Oh crap, I did look at them. Oh, that's not good. 1 second. So I'm going to have to. Oh, don't wash away! Don't wash away! Oh, good. I thought that the water would go down there and wash away all the redstone, but it didn't. So anyway, these guys come up here. I think this is still the same one. Come along to the end and then just die. Oh, no, this is the one that we were watching. So that does not work, obviously, because we want these guys to survive, or we want these guys to fall in here. So I'm gonna have to mess. I thought it was working in creative mode, so I'm gonna have to mess with the with these redstone a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, do something with the pistons or the water streams. I'm not really sure. Because this should not. Oops, this should not happen. Like, the redstone is working as intended, which is good. Let me put this back. Oh, you step on that, it presses the button, but for some reason they just go right over top of it, even when that's withdrawn. So I'm gonna have to do some testing in my creative world, and maybe I can show you that if I can get it. If I can get it working there. Okay.